Welcome to Midtown Comics TV. I'm Jose Ramos. Before we get into anything else, this Saturday, May 22nd, Paul Levitz signing at the Times Square location. He's got a new book, Legion of Superheroes, out this week. Former president of DC. The guy's got a ton of history. Go see him. It's going to be great.
Deadpool issue 23. Previously, Deadpool's been running around trying to be a superhero just like everyone else in the comic book world, but he's really not very good at it. In fact, he's really quite terrible at it, especially in this, where he hunts after a guy who called him a pretty nasty name. And excitement happens. This is not quite as frolicky and bizarre as most of the other Deadpool issues are, but it sets up an interesting storyline that I'm looking forward to finding more about in the future, with how exactly Deadpool is going to make it work for himself to be a hero and not, well, a maniac.
Ex Machina issue number 49 is the second to last issue of this series, and we get a lot of stuff in here. For the second to last issue, we actually get a lot of stuff wrapped up in this issue, with some of the more Twilight Zone-y sci-fi parallel universe things being shown to us, and we get a really intriguing and heck of a last page. Really awesome book. If you've already been reading this, you only got one more issue left to go check it out.
DC Universe Legacies, issue 1 of 10. If you are new to the DC Universe, or maybe you only know the big guns like Green Lantern and Flash and Superman and Batman, pick up this book. This is a great introduction to the whole history of the DC Comics superheroes. You get to start at the beginning with the Golden Age, with the Justice Society of America. You get to see who some of these individual heroes were and how the public reacted to them. You get to see guys that old school DC fans love and maybe some of you new fans don't really know about, like the original Sandman and the original Atom, Dr. Fate and the Spectre.
New series, everybody! Avengers issue 1. Excitement, very much. In this issue, the Avengers are not only dealing with the repercussions of all the craziness that's been happening previously, both in actual effect, but also personal repercussions. Do the Avengers actually still want to be the Avengers? Do they think that it's a good idea to continue the teamwork when everything has been so crazy, and civil wars and buildings being destroyed and bad stuff happening? But on top of all that, they have to deal with the fact that some great evil guy has come back from the future to tell them that their children are possibly going to be the end of the world as they know it, and there's doomsday device, and dealing with the fact that time is in fact the timey-wimey whatever it is that Doctor Who says. That's awesome. Bunch of awesome.
Walking Dead issue 72. This issue continues the question, how do you adapt to society after you've spent so long away from it? The characters we've been following in this book so far, they find a nice little town that they can start to live in. People are being normal, and most of them aren't okay with that. So we see sort of a lot of awkward situations played off to the side, played out in public, and of course our main character always has a backup plan, and we see it now.
G.I. Joe 18. Cobra can't just hide anymore. G.I. Joe has now learned what is Cobra, basically, and that they're dangerous. So now the game has changed. The Joes have to really prepare, really reassert what they're going to have to do to take on this new threat. And their next mission doesn't entirely go well.
Brightest Day issue 2, we continue with sort of the rebirth story. A lot of these characters, not a whole lot of dead men in this issue, but we do get some of them right at the end. A lot of stuff with the Hawks, a lot of interesting stuff with Firestorm. I'm excited for this. It's got a very 52 feel to it. Lots of awesome action. Check it out.
Joe the Barbarian issue 5. We're past the halfway point of this Grant Morrison miniseries. Joe has learned a lot more about who he is, that he is simultaneously existing in two places at once, both in this strange fantasy land and as a boy who is potentially dying in the real world while just trying to get to the kitchen. There's some great character moments with Jake the Rat. You also have finally the presence of Joe's mom coming back. You thought we forgot about her. People who are interested in comics for younger readers, I would go for a book like this. This is very cool. I think it can be enjoyed by people of all ages.
Well, everybody, that's all we have for this week at Midtown Comics TV, but be sure to check us out on Crazy Sexy Geeks series, the YouTube channel. And, hey, you know where else you can see me? Electric Man. That's so right. Where do you go to see this? electricmanmovie.com. And be sure to check out the podcast on midtowncomics.com. Bye, everybody. Well, now he's in Las Vegas, and while at the casino, comes across what did I say?
Cancino?
Cancino. Olé. Oh, God. Okay.
Ex Machina. That's not the name of the book.
I'm back. Anyway, right.
For the second to last series, you actually get a second to last series.
I hate you so much sometimes. New series! Avengers! Issue 1! 1. Oh God, this is that day, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Right, well,